nothing exists and to boldly go with an idea. We are the beneficiaries of that bold, venturesome spirit. And this wonderful theater and this stage has produced the glorious sounds of people like Enrico Caruso and Mary Manderson and Arthur Rubinstein. And then in the 40s, it became another kind of classical sound that resonated from these walls. Jazz and blues, with artists like Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Lena Horne. And, you know, I grew up on their wonderful jazz music. And then another new technology came on the scene, radio. And the music from this concert hall radiated throughout the world. So this is really a science fiction achievement here in this hall. And Star Trek may not be as old as this hall, but it is also a heritage that we have. This September, Star Trek will become 46 years old. 46 years. And when we started out, we were a low-rated television series. We announced at the beginning of each episode that we were on a 5-year mission. We discovered who the real Klingons were. NBC television executives. They aborted us after 3 seasons. But Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, had a vision and he was determined. We had 79 episodes of television, and today we have 11 Star Trek feature films. And Paramount Studios is in the 2nd month of filming the 12th Star Trek movie, Star Trek 12. And that will be in your theaters next year in May. So we will too boldly go where we've never been before. Gene Roddenberry's vision with Star Trek was to look to the future with confidence and absolute belief in our ability to innovate, create, and invent. And he reminded us regularly that the Starship Enterprise was a metaphor for Starship Earth, and the strength of the Starship was in tapping the people from throughout this planet, from all over, getting the best of this planet and building a team. So you saw on the bridge of the Enterprise, the leadership team made up of people from all over this planet. From Africa, we had the chief communications officer, a woman named Uhura, which resonates with the Swahili's word for freedom, Uhuru. For our chief engineer, we had from Western Europe, a Scotsman, a Montgomery Scott. And from the far Eastern Europe, we had our navigator, a Russian named Chekhov, who couldn't quite shake his Russian accent. And the captain was from North America, but he was played by not an American, not from the U.S., but a Canadian, and from French-speaking Montreal. Bill Shatner played Captain Kirk. And Gene Roddenberry's vision was for the helmsman who drove the ship to be an Asian. However, he had a unique challenge with that character. He couldn't find the right name for the Asian character because all Asian names are nationally specific. Tanaka is Japanese. Wong is Chinese. Kim is Korean. Nguyen is Vietnamese. And 20th century Asia was turbulent with warfare, colonization, and exploitation. And he didn't want to bring that element into it. He wanted to find a name that suggested all of Asia, and And so he had a map of the world pinned on his office wall. And he was staring at it, trying to figure out a name for the Asian character. And he found off the coast of the Philippines a sea called the Sulu Sea. And he thought, the waters of a sea touch all shores. And that's how the Asian character came to have that name. Gene Roddenberry was a man of integrity, wisdom, and good taste. I really believe in that because he cast me to play Now, each one of the officers, and indeed the crew, were top professionals in each their areas of expertise. But we also had those officers who had other talents that they brought with them. And in the security department, we have a young lieutenant who has a glorious singing voice. And I thought tonight would be an appropriate time to have her beam down from the Enterprise and join us. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the Starship Enterprise, Lieutenant from the Security Department, Ms. Kristen Plumley.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
With your permission, I have a message for a member of the audience.
Oh, you certainly.
Excuse me. Becky Havlish, would you please identify yourself with a little yell? Well, Becky, oh, hello. I have a message from Lieutenant Jeffrey Somerville. He asks that you please go out to the lobby after the show and wait by coat check. You will then be escorted back to my dressing room where you will receive your assignment. Thank you.
A personal message.
Yes, lots of field work always going on, sir. Yes, yes. So, Commander, as you know,
I used to be a commander. I am now a captain, and I worked hard for that.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Am I fired?
No. I am particularly sensitive to that word because recently I experienced that myself.
Touché. Well, Captain, as you know, my two children are aboard the Enterprise with me. They're enrolled in the Kids in Space program. And I work with them often, and with the other children on board the Enterprise. And I love singing to the children because they're so vibrant and enthusiastic and open-minded. And so when I had heard that we were going to have an audience full of children tonight, I was thrilled. I was thrilled. So I'll show you that we have an audience full of children.
Oh, really?
If you are a child, meaning 12 years old or younger, would you please raise your hand? Yes, we have a few. And yes, at least a handful. And if you are a former child, would you please raise your hand? You see? We have an audience full of children. Yes.
Well, shall we demonstrate your special talent tonight to your children audience?
I would be delighted.
Maestro? Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.